I don't know. What does perverted mean?
I don't know. P. Herman.
I think it means like an. Let me see.
Brunch.
Hit it, boys. A lot of times people ask how we make episodes. They say, Deej, I got to know how you guys make episodes. You and Pete, so what do you do? What's your process like? And I tell them, it's really not a defined process. It really isn't.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not a defined process. It's not like a...
We don't have a method.
It's not like a I do this, then you do this. It's not like an improv game or anything where, all right, we revisit this thing later, we build off this. It's not like a scripted thing. It's not like no one's got a gun to their head. It's not, there's no agenda behind it. It's not fucking, you know.
Where are you going with this? Because I have no idea.
It's not like it's needed. It's not required. It's not, hey, Pete, do you have your syllabus?
Yeah.
It's not, DJ, here are the instructions.
You've said it's not about 40,000 times in the first minute and 20 seconds of this episode.
There isn't a rhyme or reason to it. It's not a there's not going to be a test on it later. It's not. I don't know. It's not a tried and true kind of method. There's no. It's a perpetual development, but it's not. It's not some fucking whoop-de-doo, here comes Pete and DJ with their big plan.
I feel like you're mocking me with your inability to say things right now.
No, it's not. It's not a mock trial.
This is not going anywhere.
It's you don't have to put your finger on it. You don't.
I don't think anybody's ever asked us about our process. So I think you just wanted to bring that up, but I'm not sure why, because you didn't say anything in 2 minutes.
No, they ask me about it. They a lot of seriously. They ask me about it. They say they have to ask you about it. You've been there.
They ask.
Yes,
they.
So what do you say?
They are always on our case.
What do you say? I'm kind of at a loss for words, because I think that actually probably best describes it. The process is it's not a ironclad boom 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 10 bullet points thing.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah, so it's just like a trust the process.
It's not even like that. No, it's more. It's not required. Did I say that?
I don't know. I have no idea what you've said in the past 3 minutes.
It's not easy either.
No, it's not. Sometimes
it can be. It can be, but the challenge is maintaining what's easy, which in and of itself is a challenge, and it is easy.
Brunch is a lot like life, where sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, but you never know where it's going.
Sometimes there's cinnamon.
Sometimes there's French vanilla coffee, but not hazelnut, because DJ is allergic to hazelnut.
No, you didn't get that reference. You said it's a lot like life.
Yeah.
And Life cereal, sometimes there's a cinnamon flavor and there's
true.
not. But it's not like cereal.
Cinnamon Life, by the way.
It's
fire.
Very good. Mm-hmm. It's not a big to-do. It's not. There's not a lesson plan. There's not a curriculum. It's not anything that It's out of the ordinary, but it's not ordinary.
Okay.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
I feel like, is this like a filibuster episode?
That would be a bad idea.
Yeah. What is happening?
That would be a bad idea. I don't know. Just sometimes I just start with something, see where it takes us. That was good.
It didn't take us anywhere.
That was good.
Sure.
That was really good. Here's a question. How come around Christmas time they're always saying like, "Oh, Santa's real, Santa's not real, Santa's not real," but around Easter time they never say Jesus isn't real.
Thought you were going for the Easter bunny there.
That was it's misdirection.
Yeah, that is. I'm sorry that I cut in a little bit,
Yeah,
but
that was Jesselnickian.
Yeah, it's true. But that is, you bring up a good point. Nobody ever questions like the merits of the Easter bunny. Santa always gets the...
Really, they actually today on Instagram, Jason Mitchell, who is just a very interesting Instagram follow.
Don't follow.
Because he is... I don't think he's a method actor. I think he's like a method non-actor. So when he's not acting, that's when he's out of his mind. And when he is acting, he's the crispest, most like relatable, unbelievable thing in the world. And when he's not acting, just all over the place.
Okay.
So on his Instagram today, he was like, but it's always like really happy, really positive stuff.
Yeah.
On his Instagram today, he was like, "Man, rabbits don't lay eggs." Like, why are they why they've been feeding us this eggs nonsense forever? Rabbits don't lay eggs. And I was thinking about that. That's actually a really good point. How come no one's ever called that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, that's like kind of a mind-blowing thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea where that came from.
So what's the connection between this rabbit and eggs for when Jesus comes back to life?
You did air quotes when you said Jesus.
This
That's
is
important.
an audio episode. No one
saw that.
Yeah, no one saw it.
No, that's kind of a wild assumption or wild association. It doesn't make any sense. But now, like, all I'm thinking of is Jason Mitchell, like, away from a camera.
Oh, it's really good.
That kind of reminds me of like John Mayer, because like when you listen to John Mayer's music, you're like, wow, this is like a really sad, a really like thoughtful guy.
Yeah.
And then you give him an Instagram account, and you're like, wow, this dude's a fucking off the walls banana man.
Yeah, he had a good. Oh no, you know what he did? He bit my Instagram style, which was pretty cool.
What do you do?
He did a manual super zoom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
He did a bum 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 bum.
But you never actually did that, did you?
I
Did you
tried
try
to
it?
do it
Ah.
with my guy Phil Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It didn't work because
Ooh.
I tried to do a real one and the sound didn't work. I think we talked about this
Yeah,
last
we talked
episode.
about it.
And then
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
I recommended that you do a manual one.
yeah, well, Phil's on vacation, but next chance I get with that fucker, he's getting super zoomed.
Phil went to Handsome Island for a week.
Right, to recharge.
Yeah.
He went to an exclusive island where only people who look exactly like him get to go. And just like him and his perfect family off living with the crazy good-looking people. How come they don't use Bunny for anything else, by the way?
What do you mean? Like for anything in general?
Yeah.
You ever heard of Trick Cereal?
Well, that's a rabbit. I'm saying like
Oh, like Easter
there's
bunny?
Yeah, like there's no such thing
it's not
like
the
a bunny
Easter
is an
rabbit.
actual like a bunny isn't an actual real thing. It's a made up thing for Easter, but like why wouldn't they use that for other things?
I thought bunny was just a nickname for rabbit, isn't it?
No. There's no
It's
such
not?
thing as a bunny.
Really?
It's not. It's like a velociraptor.
A velociraptor was a real thing, wasn't it?
A
Or
raptor was a real thing, and a velociraptor was a made up thing for
like a made-up modification?
right. So like
the fuck?
a bunny isn't an actual thing. They use that for Easter. They call them like the Easter bunny, and then they make like bunny foods, and they make chocolate bunnies and Peeps. Some of the Peeps are shaped like bunnies, but maybe just like Easter has that word trademarked or something. You didn't know that a bunny's not a real thing?
No. I thought a bunny was just like another name for a rabbit.
No.
Well, it has
You've
since
never
become
seen
that.
You've seen like a rabbit before.
Yeah.
you could see the difference between like bunnies are way fluffier and shit. That's not.
Are you making this up? I feel like you're fucking with me.
No, I'm not. Google it right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna Google bunny.
Just no. Continue the episode.
Okay, I am.
Yeah. No, just don't. Don't.
Don't what?
Just don't Google it.
I did.
What did you get?
I Googled bunny, and it just comes up with a rabbit.
Yeah. So a bunny's a made up thing. Bunnies aren't real.
Okay.
All right. Now let's continue on with the episode. I had an awesome sandwich.
Oh, how was that? What was it?
It was so good. It was at. Well, actually, we should talk about April Fools. It's at a place that fucking fooled us hard. Lamplighter, which is a brewery in Cambridge, Massachusetts, that is the
Fantastic.
best. Love it.
Actually, I mean, I'm not going to speak ill of Lamplighter. They have one beer that I love,
Yeah.
and then everything else I'm not that crazy about.
Okay, so
But Sound and Vision, the one that I love,
Yeah,
is a sour.
yeah.
We had an off-air discussion after the last episode about sours.
yeah, people don't like sours are very polarizing.
Yeah, and like a lot of beer snobs shake their head at people who like sours.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Sours are great.
Yeah.
I love sours. And if they serve them at breweries, like I don't understand where like the whole like I'm a beer snob like
I don't
sour.
think it's. So here's the thing. You're right. Beer snobs don't like sours, but I don't know if not liking sours makes you a beer snob. Right? Like
No,
it's
no,
a
no,
quality
no,
of beer snobs for sure.
Yeah.
But I know people who don't know anything about beer, and when they have a sour, they think it stinks.
Okay,
I think they rule.
Yeah, no, I think they're great. I think they're like a nice switch up. I obviously don't want to drink a sour every time.
Yeah.
But it's like a craving. Like you want something different, you go for a sour.
Have I ever?
I don't understand. I just don't understand like where the hate comes from because like
Yeah.
they make them at breweries, so it's like obviously
Yeah.
these breweries appreciate sours.
There's beer in there.
You're right. Yeah.
Shut up, man.
Yeah.
There are two places I'm going to take you. One is a place
Cloud
where.
9.
What's that? What's Cloud 9? What?
You're gonna take me to Cloud 9?
Oh no, I'm gonna take you to the B zone though.
Take you to Fuck City.
Yeah. The B zone. I'm gonna. There's one really bad, really cheap, amazing bar that like nobody my age goes to, but my friends and I go there for sports games.
So
sometimes.
what
I
age
was
go
telling
there?
you, what's that?
What age go there? Younger or older?
Like old guys.
Oh, I'm in.
And
As long as there's not young people.
Right, there's not, but there's a jukebox. You can play all the
Notes I want.
You make my dreams you want. I go there. We watch games there. We get a million pictures. It's super cheap. Their food's good, and it's also super cheap. And I just load up the jukebox for the day, and I honestly play fucking like entire albums if I want because I know that nobody else is gonna touch it.
Yeah.
So
Not a lot of old guys like fucking throwing fists over the jukebox.
although I think one time they turned it off. They said there was a problem with it, but yeah, it was like halfway through the Days Are Gone album, and then like the jukebox just turned off, and they were like, "Oh, we got to play the audio from the games," and I was like, "Since when? I've been here a lot, and you never do that." So anyway, I'm gonna take you there, and I was thinking about it because I was like, you should watch a Bruins playoff game there. It's a lot of fun, and I was like, man, that's like a rite of passage. That's like bringing Bay to meet your parents. Yeah. So we're gonna do that, and I'm also gonna take you to a place in Assembly Row that has a sour from California, and it is the best sour in the world. It's called let me look who makes it. It's the Blood Orange Ghosts.
Ooh.
You guys know what that is?
Blood Orange makes for good beer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever had like a Blood
Anderson
Orange
Valley.
on its own?
What's that?
Have you ever done a Blood Orange on its own?
I think I have, yeah.
I'm not like crazy about oranges on their own, other than like during soccer practice when I was young. Get those fucking orange slices at halftime.
I must have talked about Sumos, right?
No, I don't think so.
Sumos are unbelievable. They're an orange that only grows in California, so they're super expensive.
Okay.
And some oranges have like big nipples on them, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But some of those are something else.
Are they called nipples?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think. Like,
It's kind of gross, but
I
go
remember
on.
my first nipple. Like, looks like a nipple. Well, like I've only heard it described as, or like called
nipple?
in the Fruth community, and so there are some like crappy oranges that have these nipples on them, but Sumos have these nipples on them, and you pierce the nipple, and then it's the cleanest peeling thing in the world. It just peels off so clean. Your hands never get sticky, and it's great. It's seedless. It's a lot of fun. You eat it. You tell your friends. And when I was on my paleo bullshit back in the day, I would just fucking crush Sumos. I would actually bring them to RIP Sunday Skate.
Oh, okay.
So you and Joey Mack would be scarfing down the greatest muffins ever made, and I'd be sitting there with my fucking just sucking my own dick with a sumo.
Talking about nipples.
Yeah.
Piercing nipples and skinning the breast.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, man.
So what was this blood orange beer? Sour?
It's Blood Orange Ghost. It's amazing. Very,
Okay.
very good.
I also want to take a second to plug my my buddy's brewery. When I was in California, they opened up a new tap room.
Yeah.
And I visited it twice. That place fucking rules. I almost have to unfollow them on Instagram because I am catching a severe case of FOMO.
FOMO.
Yeah.
That, listeners, is the fear of missing. Let's say it on three. 1, 3. The
Fear of missing out. Nailed it. Yeah, it's a Highland Park brewery in Eagle Rock, or I think it's maybe Chinatown in LA.
A poor job of plugging because like the first 45 seconds you didn't say what it was.
Yeah, it's true. So here's a plug. It's the Highland Park Brewery in LA, and it fucking rules. All their beers are awesome. So go there.
Awesome. While at Lamplighter, I played Sorry, which was so fun. What a fucking game.
I haven't played it in like decades. So.
I haven't played it in forever, and it's awesome. Like, very often while playing that game, you get to go, sorry, and knock a person's piece just like wherever you want. It's like Knockout, but a board game.
That sounds like a horrible game to play with
Pick
you.
it up, throw it across the room, and say, go get it.
Sorry.
Sorry, go get it. Fetch.
Did you get weird looks when you yelled out, sorry?
No, they were actually, the people next to us were also playing Sorry. So, like, our
Are they
table
pronouncing it like
was,
that?
No.
Oh, that's what
I don't think they knew the rules, yeah. They were like, oh, sorry. By the way, most polite game ever.
Yeah.
All you do is apologize to each other.
Definitely
like,
a Canadian-esque
You try to
game.
win and apologize like 30 times along the way.
Canada's game rankings. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah, but there's no Lady Bing in Sorry.
It's a lady bang. You bang the piece off the board. And then you yell,
say,
sorry.
So I had a sandwich there. Let me tell you about the sandwich.
Let's hear about it.
Called, it was like the hot chicken sandwich or something. And it was breaded spicy chicken. Very spicy.
Off to a good start.
Awesome. Habanero Jack. Terrific. Pickles. The good stuff.
An American
and I was
classic.
wondering, by the way,
What kind of pickle? Well, what kind of pickle? Like the
they weren't like Grillo's pickles, but it was like,
but like a sandwich pickle?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay,
dill
that's the good
pickles. No, yeah, I think it was actually like a sliced dill pickle, like a real pickle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
I only like that on the Portillo's ones. What those ones
oh
called?
no, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like a spear or anything.
Oh, well,
it was just like I'm saying like like a big real dill pickle that they got in the jar.
Yeah.
and they sliced it,
Oh,
so it was like
so it's
circular. Yeah,
the
it was
chips.
Like right.
Yeah, okay.
And I was wondering why this is supposed to be some kind of hot sandwich. Why are you putting pickles on there instead of jalapenos? So
No.
I was judging them.
Nashville, they put pickles on the hot chicken.
Yeah.
It fucking rules.
And
You don't want to get too hot with that.
I know. So that's why, because this would have been very hot. Because then there was also some sort of, I don't think it was like a chipotle mayo, but it was like a very spicy mayo.
Had a nice little kick.
Right. And you'd think, wow, sounds like a hot sandwich. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done. Shut the fuck up for a second if you'll let me finish. It was on the spiciest bread that's ever happened. It was this like Korean hot bread. The bread itself, Pete, was red.
Jesus Christ.
Like this is the second time today I've described the sandwich, and both times I started sweating.
Okay.
My
You had like PTSD? You've sandwich PTSD?
It was very hot and very tasty, and I loved it. So I'm going to plug that sandwich.
Well, that was also a terrible plug because you didn't name... Oh, yeah, you did. The hot chicken
Yeah,
sandwich.
I just don't know who makes it.
So that doesn't help.
Right, but they did
Was
a
it like a
great
food
job.
truck or something?
It was a grilled cheese place that was doing a pop-up, which is problematic because I only do one grilled cheese place. That's Roxy's. But I think that they should steal that sandwich because that was a really, really good sandwich. It was great. But speaking of Lamplighter, they dicked us pretty good.
Yeah.
On the April Fool's front.
It's been a while since I've gotten got on an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
And they got me good. And it's mainly your fault, though, because you were the one who was like, check this shit out.
Yeah.
This is totally real.
Yeah.
And check out how awesome it is.
You know what's real? This. They posted that because of Trump's like aluminum tariff that they were gonna start selling their beer in juice boxes, and it looked really fucking cool. And they had, if you've ever been to Lamplighter or ever had their beer, New England folks, their cans are awesome.
Yeah.
They have really cool art on them, really, really fun stuff. So they had pictures of these juice boxes, which in hindsight, it was like Vita Coco with the stickers they put on their cans on there.
Yeah.
But
like,
it looked
the
amazing.
art was great.
Yeah.
It was so good that it and like they did like professional photo shoots with them and shit. They went through a lot of effort to sell this April Fool's joke, and it worked.
And I was really excited. I'm actually pissed. I still want
Sounds
to do
like
that.
it could be a good idea, and especially like it makes sense with the context of the aluminum tax. That, like that gives them a reason to do it.
They should do. That was a bad April Fool's joke because an April Fool's joke, it has to be like punked, where it's something bad.
It's not. It's not supposed to make you feel shitty when you find out that it's fake.
Right. Although now this makes me think we should do a like a punked style show, a hidden camera gotcha show, where we have really, really good things happen to people, and then tell them it can be called "Calm Down." And we give them all these good news, and then we're like, hey, calm down. This isn't actually happening. We can think of some sort of name for it.
It's like when you show up to like somebody's house with the Publishers Clearinghouse check, tell them that they've won like $2 million. And
then you peel it off, and it says, suck my dick.
Yes. That's always received well.
Yeah. You still haven't seen Popstar, huh?
Nope.
God.
How many times are you going to ask me about this one?
You're not going to do the...
This feels like an occasional like check-in.
Yeah. Fucking see it. You still haven't seen...
I'm sure I'll love it.
Time.
No.
When you saw That Thing You Do, you were like, wow, confirmed.
Yeah.
This shit is good.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to see
You'll
About
feel
Time.
that way about Time. Popstar is good to very good. It's not the best. But yeah, Snoop Dogg's Hidden Camera Show. Surprise, motherfucker. I'm Snoop Dogg, and you just been surprised.
Fucking ridiculous. Deej, you want to look good in your underwear and be comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
That you should know that perfect balance is hard to find, so don't sacrifice style or comfort. Check out MeUndies.com and find the best pair of underwear in the world. MeUndies will be the most comfortable pair of underwear that you'll ever own, made from sustainably sourced, naturally soft fabric that is 3 times, read it, 3 times.
3 times.
Softer than cotton.
Giving you FOMO.
For the fellas, MeUndies diamond seamed pouch cradles your jewels and gives you the stuff that gives your stuff the support it needs without feeling too tight.
Ow!
Right now, MeUndies has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get 20% off your first pair and free shipping. MeUndies is so sure that you'll love their underwear, they even offer you a 100% satisfaction guarantee. They guarantee you'll love your first pair or you get your money back. This is a no-brainer. 20% off, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. So to do it, go to MeUndies.com/brunch. That's MeUndies.com/brunch. This is a limited time offer, so what are you waiting for? Start wearing the best underwear of your life. Go to MeUndies.com/brunch right now.
Right now. Pretty cool thing. The Walking Dead was new this week, and that doesn't matter to us anymore. We realized that. Just none of it.
I guess they killed somebody off. They've been killing people off.
Apparently Carl's dead.
Yeah. They've been killing people off, and my reaction every time is wow, that show's still on TV.
Yeah, I have no reaction to it. I'm telling people are having some reaction to me right now because I saw someone retweet a picture of a Walking Dead character saying, "R.I.P. Jared, we're going to miss you and your luscious hair" at AMC Talking Dead. And it was just a white guy with like blonde hair and a beard and long hair. So I quote tweeted it with, "That's Swedish record producer Carl Martin Sandberg, best known as Max Martin." And the person who tweeted it responded, "I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean." And then somebody else responded, "Confused too." So
That's awesome. You just like infiltrated like diehard Walking Dead.
You're right,
Twitter
Walking Dead Twitter.
and planted like a.
Hey, are you sure that's not? I'm gonna find everything. I'm gonna search Walking Dead Twitter or Walking Dead Jared, and every tweet about it, I'm gonna say, "Hey, are you sure that's not Carl Martin Sandberg, better known as?"
Are you sure you're not mistaken? I think you've been watching the wrong TV show.
Man, I'll tell you what'll never die. This classic, and it'll be like "Baby One More Time" or something.
I feel like Walking Dead Twitter must be like the worst fucking place in the world. Just because, like, who's still watching that show?
I know.
2,
Give up,
who's
folks.
still watching that show and like caring about it religiously?
Yeah.
And 3, who's still watching that show and caring about religiously and going on Twitter after every episode being like, "I'm going to miss you, this fake character."
Yeah.
That is a horrible place to be.
Also, spoilers.
Yeah, seriously.
That's not how we conduct ourselves with the Walking
we
Dead.
have never, ever considered a Walking Dead spoiler in the
That
history
might
of this
be
podcast.
one of the best stunts we pulled when the graphic for the episode was pictures of both Glenn and Abraham, and
You said
with
not dead?
stamps over it. No, saying dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The name of the episode was No Walking Dead. Look it up.
No Walking Dead spoilers
look-
without Glenn and
Yeah,
Abraham.
listen to Brunch. No Walking Dead spoilers, and hilarious.
Dead. Nailed it.
The tweet is no Walking Dead spoilers. Patrick O'Connor joins to discuss Glenn and Abraham being killed off in the season 7 premiere.
Oh, man.
I'm
we
gonna
are
retweet
great.
that right now. Do you ever do that? Do you ever just like find an old thing and just like retweet it?
Yeah. It's like no context.
Yeah.
Or like no apropos of Nasha.
Yeah, apropos.
Apropos.
The other day, someone was like, "Hey, that big reputation. Ooh, you and me, a big reputation. Video.
Yes.
that I made with Russ. They were like, "Hey, that was funny," and I was like, "Yeah, it was." So I went back and retweeted it.
We got some music to talk about.
We do, and
Yeah.
actually, while we're talking about producers such as Carl Martin Sandberg, y'all may know him as Max Martin, the GOAT. Jack Antonoff did a song with Moo for the Love Simon soundtrack. Now, I'll tell you, I saw Love Simon, and
You've been itching to talk about Love Simon for a little while.
well, really, there's not much you can say about it other than, man, that's a boring movie. That's a really boring movie.
It had the worst trailers. I
There
hated the
were
trailers.
3 characters. So there were. It's a high school where it was just the whole movie was like very, very, very extremely vanilla.
Okay.
Like
Which that seems hard to do when you're making a movie about coming out.
So unfortunately, the only thing that isn't like squeaky clean about that movie is that there are like 2 really mean homophobic bullies, and then this one fucking loser kid who's blackmailing a kid saying he's going to tell everyone that he's gay unless he hooks him up with his friend. So like everything else that's going on in that school, like they go to parties, like nothing crazy's happening at the party, nothing wild's going on. It's just they stand around, they listen to music, they drink iced coffee, blah 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 blah, and then like super mean homophobic kids. So it was not a very entertaining movie. The last like 20 minutes were solid.
Okay.
And everyone in it was good, but I don't know enough about movies to know like, oh, this was poorly edited or poorly directed or whatever, or poorly acted.
But there's just something that didn't sit well with you.
The script was probably a problem.
Well, I fucking hated the trailer where they're like, I'm just a normal kid in high school. I hang out with my friends. We eat too much junk food.
Yeah.
We drink too
Right,
much
so that's
iced
what it was.
coffee.
It's like very hokey.
Like that was very much what I got from the trailer. And you were like, go see this movie. And I was like, no.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
But Jack Antonoff and Moo
hooked
worked
up
on
a heater.
Collabed on the soundtrack.
Yeah, well, so this is the most Jack Antonoff thing in the world. So there's a couple Bleachers songs in the movie, and he did that Moo song. So, like, the soundtrack it's like a Jack Antonoff soundtrack, quote unquote. But that's just what he wants fucking people to think, because everybody's like, oh my god, the soundtrack's so sick, Jack Antonoff, oh my god. But, like, half of it is other shit. Like, Love Me by the 1975 is in it.
Ooh,
yeah, it's a
fucking
banger
awesome.
of a soundtrack because Love Me is in it.
So it's kind of like he did he like curate the soundtrack?
I think he did, yeah.
Okay.
I think that he's, let me see, Jack Antonoff, Love, Simon. Oh, by the way, I'll tell you at this point that bunnies are for sure real.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
I was fucking with you. I want to tell you at the very end of the episode and be like, oh, and by the way, one last thing, bunnies real. Bye-bye.
And I'm kind of mad that you didn't go with that plan.
Right.
But yeah, like
that would have been a good way to end the episode.
You were so entrenched on bunnies like not being real that I was like,
You're like, why would someone bring this up?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me see.
Whatever. We can just say that he curated the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, he curated it.
See? Knew it.
But I could, you know what? Honestly, I could curate a fucking soundtrack.
You sure could.
I could make a fucking playlist.
You have.
I actually wanted to.
Have you updated the playlist at all since we've
No.
just no, me neither.
No.
I think there's like 3 or 4 songs sitting on it right now from the first ad, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, didn't we say that we were just going to casually update it? Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We should.
You should throw the Moo Jack Antonoff song in there.
It's a good one. I wish we could. So yeah, movie's not very good. That song is great. But we got to talk about Churches, because Churches has a new album coming out. They've released 3 songs so far. Overall, it's worrisome.
Yeah, no, I tweeted about it last week when they came out with that 3rd single. What's
Never
it called?
Say Die.
Never Say Die. I heard it. It's not bad. It's just
it's a get a beer song.
Yeah, it's like meh. So of the 3 that they've released so far, I think Get Out is by far the best.
I think the Get Out is by far the worst.
Really?
I think the Get Out is terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I liked Get Out. I thought that it was by far the best. It just has like the classic Churches feel to me, but like it doesn't have like the I mean, it has like the feel, but it just doesn't like bring it as hard as a lot of their other songs do. So it's just like very meh. But like the other 2, it's Never Say Die, and then what's the other one with Matt?
Oh, Matt Berninger.
Yeah.
What's it called? My Enemy.
My Enemy.
I think that's the best of them.
That's a very bland song,
right?
And I just think that like all 3 of these songs would not hit like
right. It was
hit the last album.
I was
at all.
confused when Get Out was the first one that they put out, because that sounds like a fucking middle schooler tried to make a Churches song after his first piano lesson. It's fucking
ow.
It is.
No, I mean, I'm not arguing that it's good.
Yeah,
but like,
it's your favorite.
It is
Yeah.
my favorite. Yeah, and I thought that Never Say Die was promising for like the first leading up to the chorus. Like I was like, oh, I could get. I feel like this is building somewhere.
Yeah,
like the pre-chorus was kind of catchy, and then they get to the chorus, and I was like, oh no.
I was getting out of spin class, and they were playing it in like the lobby of the Handlebar.
Yeah,
and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna hang out and listen to this song. And then it got to the chorus, and I was like, okay, I'm
out of here.
Yeah,
yeah. The chorus is just like
I was like, hey, just heard a little bit of that new Churches song. Nah.
Yep, and the chorus is just basically like. Nah, 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 never. And I was like, oh my God, fuck this.
I know.
But yeah, no, I'm still holding out hope, because I think one of my favorite things about Churches is that they are able to sneak in heaters where like you don't expect them to.
Yeah. I'm trying to think on their last album. If their last album, I actually don't remember there even being a bad song. There was like 1 or 2 songs maybe that I don't always listen. Let me see.
It is like that. Their last album is like one of the deepest and most enjoyable albums that I've heard in a long time, as far as pop album goes.
Never Ending Circle, great. Leave a Trace, Keep You on My Side, very good. Make Them Gold, A+, Clearest Blue, A++, High Enough to Carry You Over, A+, Empty Threat. Oh, Bury It was like the only song. That
I thought Bury It was good though.
Yeah, Bury It was ruined for me live because she doesn't. She fakes it. She doesn't sing Bury It. She throws her hair in front of her face.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I know what you're up to, Miss Mayberry.
Yeah, well, speaking of faking it and new music, I'm a little irked.
Oh, yeah,
at
you
the
told me
move
this.
that Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton pulled.
I didn't check it.
They released a live version of Say Something,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, I'd need you to listen to it and confirm it for me.
I'll do it right now.
But I'm pretty sure that they released a quote-unquote live version of Say Something that's not actually live. It's just kind of like stripped down and tweaked, and they've added components to it to make it sound live. And I fucking hate when people do that. It's just like a cash grab, and I can't stand it.
Where is it? I searched for
Apple Music?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, Say Something live. So it's live in studio.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a live studio song. That's not fucking live.
So yes and no. It's like
When somebody says live, it's like I expect fucking like an in-concert.
so that's. So have you seen like the BBC or the Radio 1 live lounge
Yeah,
things?
yeah.
So like that's live.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
I do understand. No, like I understand your
Like if you're
that's a
recording,
bit of a bait and switch.
yeah,
you know? Like they
it's
trick
like
you.
the first one was fucking recorded in his studio too. You just
Right.
recorded it straight through and like did it some shit differently. But there's like but like if you listen to it
Mm-hmm.
and you keep listening to it, like later on in the song they bring in like they try to make it sound like crowd vocals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that like they have like a bunch of people singing along with them, and that is like I fucking hate when that is done. Like when people fake that.
Right.
That annoys me to no end.
I got another response from the Walking Dead
Ooh,
person.
let's hear it.
Let's see. I don't even think I responded. They just I didn't respond to this person, but they're getting antsy.
Okay. Oh,
I still don't get it.
this is really eating at him.
Me again. Chop chop.
Call me back.
Yeah, no, but it's live in that they played it live because there are very few bands, not very few, but there's typically songs aren't tracked with everybody together. They'll do like they'll do it to a click track. They'll play along to click track, and then one by one they'll record their
in.
parts,
Yeah.
and then you get rid of the fuck. I forget what it's called. Whatever. You get rid of that first thing, and then you have it, and then
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I mean, like I always appreciate a more like authentic recording
Scratch
of
track.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the word.
and I always appreciate a more like authentic recording. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's cool when that gets put out there.
Yeah.
I think that I would just prefer that it's like labeled differently than live.
You could
Like,
say
stripped
like
down.
live in the studio.
Yeah, live. Yeah, like live in studio. That'd be cool. I'd have no problem with that. But like, I don't know. It's something that just bothers me when you sell it as live and it's not like a live.
Yeah, like
In
not in
concert,
concert.
yeah.
Yeah. A very cool thing about Wolfpack is they track all of their songs like together
Yeah.
at the same time. So when you hear one of their songs, that is just the audio of them in
Playing
the room
together.
playing it together. And so they post the videos, like they're like music videos, are just them in a room recording it.
Very Paul
And it's
Thomas Anderson.
Very Paul. Yes, exactly. It's like fucking
Valentine. That's
So,
very cool.
Yeah, except oh man, Paul Thomas Anderson. Did we say this last week? The big announcement.
No.
Both Paddington 2 and Phantom Thread are now available digitally. So
But you have to
Bye-bye.
buy Phantom Thread.
I think I would buy Phantom Thread. I think I get a deal on like on demand stuff.
Yeah.
Because I work for the cable company.
That's correct. Yeah.
So yeah, like that's worth it.
I stayed in and had a nice little on-demand movie night this weekend.
Would you
Yeah.
see?
I saw The Hitman's Bodyguard again.
Oh, I was going to say, I bet it's something that you probably already saw because
Yeah.
that's what stinks about MoviePass. We've seen
Yeah.
everything.
It really hinders your on-demand night in experiences because you're like, oh, I've seen all the good shit.
Yeah.
So I just watched Hitman's Bodyguard again. Not as good the second time around. Or I should say, not as funny the second time around.
I liked The Hitman's Bodyguard, but I'm already forgetting about it. Oh, it's Ryan Reynolds and Sam
Samuel L.
Jackson.
Yeah. And I compared it to Rush Hour. Like that was a little generous.
Oh, yeah, that's quite generous. I'm currently about a week into watching the movie Casino.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
No.
Well,
But I do like that you've fully embraced your...
that I'm doing that.
You're watching movies in segments.
It's a 3-hour movie. And
You're turning movies into seasons of TV shows.
yeah, I binged Casino. I binged Casino over the weekend. Nah. But seriously, that's what I'm like knocking off 10 minutes at a time because I don't totally get what it's about. But I just knew it's a Scorsese movie with Robert De Niro and a little firecracker named Joe Pesci. If that guy isn't typecast, let me tell you.
I know. Is it problematic
That
he plays the exact same firecracker short guy in every movie?
Well, it's upsetting. Home Alone would be a much different movie if Joe Pesci played a Joe Pesci character in that movie. Because I think there are times when he's like, oh, like if we catch up to him, I'm gonna
kill you.
Yeah. Like where
he definitely threatens to kill that
he's
child.
Like telling the kid he's gonna kill him. But if that were a real Joe Pesci character, there would be no fucking negotiation.
No.
That kid would be gone the second he sees him.
Yeah, well, he would fail at catching him once, and then he would just come back the next day and burn the McAllister's house down.
Yes. They try to burn houses down. They try to do water stuff. Yeah, have we sunk our teeth into that? I feel like it's almost cliche.
What, Home Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just been done too many times.
It's been done, and I think KFC from Barstool does it every fucking year, where he dissects all the ways that he tortures
they should have
them.
died. Yeah,
yeah, and so I think that's overexposed at this point.
You know what was on for a second today at Easter was Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Creepy.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah,
I saw that when I was a kid. I haven't seen it in forever.
yeah.
I think I got to revisit it. I know that problematic, but
Wait, what's his deal? Was
I
that he
forget
jerked
what
off?
Paul Rubens did.
He jerked off in a movie theater.
Oh, that is it. Yeah.
But it was like a porn movie theater. So I'm willing to give him a pass on that because as weird and as gross as it is to jerk off, but if you go to
wait, we talked about this, I think, right?
I don't think have we?
I
don't know. But
what
you know who else did that?
Paul Rubens.
He jerked off in a movie theater when they were showing porn, an adult movie theater.
Huh.
That seems like some real narking going on there.
Yeah.
If you're catching people jerking off to porn, it's don't show porn in a movie theater if you don't want people jerking off in there. You're kind of asking for it. You know who else did that? Was the Deborah's dad in Everybody Loves Raymond. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, nobody ever talks about that guy doing it.
Actually, in the show?
No.
Is that a plot line?
The actor who played him. But yeah, he did the same thing. But maybe it's just
masturbating during a film in an adult movie theater. And this was in 1991?
I know, when porn wasn't readily available.
Wait. Pornography arrest, 2002. Let's see.
Uh-oh. That can't be good.
You don't get arrested for normal pornography.
Yeah.
And a collection of child pornography.
Ooh, all right. So I will scratch my statements from the record saying that I don't have any problem with it. I definitely have a problem with child pornography.
Dude, what? I mean, I know that they're sick people and being it's futile to say, why would somebody do this or whatever? But who the fuck masturbates to kids?
Yeah. I mean, that's...
pardon my French, what a creep.
Obviously, and I think those people are wired wrong.
Yes,
they are fucked up in the head. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I would be willing to give him a pass on the J and O in a theater. Obviously, that's not a good look for somebody who
until
works
you
with
find
kids.
out it was during Finding Nemo.
Oh God. Obviously, not a good look for somebody who works with kids, but I mean, worst look for somebody who works with kids to have child pornography.
And I mean, he played a giant kid.
Yeah, I know. It makes it way creepier. And also, he has an all-time bad mugshot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's got, long, gross, creepy hair.
Interesting.
And he's, balding at the same time. It's really weird.
In other music news, Jukebox the Ghost has released an album called Off to the Races. It's actually their first. I had to double check this. It's their first album in 4 years, which I just didn't notice. One of my friends pointed this out. Like, Jukebox the Ghost was the soundtrack of my early 20s. We would always go to see them whenever they were around, and I loved all their albums. They're such a fun live band, and they just went 4 years without putting out an album, and their new album is okay, good, not great, not amazing, but I recommend the song. I'll put it on the playlist. Jump Started. It's very good. I skipped over it immediately because it has a very, very, very Queen-esque intro, and it just made me uncomfortable.
You said it has a Queen-esque intro. The whole song is very Queen-esque.
Right, but yeah, it's very true, actually. Yeah, you're very, very correct. But, like, the beginning is basically Somebody to Love. And you're like, guys. I get really I mean, I've said this before. I love when artists wear their influences on their sleeves and when they're derivative and when they're, like, trying to make... Like, Haim does it all the time. Like, they'll make a Prince song, they'll make a Janet Jackson song, they'll make a Wilson Phillips song. But
don't
like,
fucking carbon copy that
like
shit.
Bruno Mars has gotten to the point where he makes me really fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest one of recently was...
Finesse.
I'm not Bruno Mars, but I'm saying, like, the biggest one that you've had to take an umbrage with is Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, Gerda Van Floor.
Gerda Van Flark.
We've not talked about them, have we?
I think we have at one point or another.
So
they're basically a cover band.
I found out. You know how I found out about them?
How?
Barstool Sports.
Oh yeah, that's right. When Robbie fucking cummed his dick off. About,
yeah, somebody seed their Dio.
Yeah, it was Robbie being like, "This is the next fucking Led Zeppelin."
Yeah, and it was like, "Is this band the next Led Zeppelin? They're pretty great." And I was like, "Holy
no,
shit, let me check it out."
Like, no, they're the original Led Zeppelin.
And even from honestly, people don't fucking. It's not that they happen to sound like Led Zeppelin.
It's that they are trying to sound the exact same as Led Zeppelin.
Their like riffs are very, very similar. The kid sings just like Robert Plant, and whoever's producing their stuff is like, no, hey, let's change this guitar tone so it sounds more like Jimmy Page, or like, hey, you know what? Actually, let's tweak this bass line so it sounds like John Paul Jones. They sound It's so fucking uncomfortable. I don't know if this is the correct use of the word, but what I always take away from shit like this is it's perverted.
Okay.
It's like it's perverted.
Like you're getting off to somebody else's music.
I don't know. What does perverted mean?
I don't know. P. Herman.
I think it means like an. Let me see. It means. It's an adjective of a person or their actions characterized by sexually... Oh, so it does have to be sexual. Sexually abnormal and unacceptable practices or tendencies.
Yeah, so Pee Wee Herman. I know I see it.
Of a thing having been corrupted or distorted from its original course, meaning, or state. Yeah, so maybe it's kind of correct.
But it's not corrupted. I'm
saying, like, they could have just been playing music and doing... Like, the kids have chops... Real cool, but honestly, the fucking lead guitarist from my middle school band could play every Jimmy Page solo. He didn't fucking... So you know what he did? He tried to write music, and he did other shit. You don't just... I don't know. I just think it's weird.
It is weird. I agree with you. How do we get on that to begin with?
Because we were talking about music that is just like too much, just straight up jacking a sound. But here's the thing. Old whites love Gorda Van Fleet.
Yeah, I know.
And I hate them, and Jim Murray hates them, and we're both very outspoken in our hatred for them. So all of our Twitter followers, because they're all fucking sports fans, are like just fucking old dudes.
They love Ginger Van Tank.
And they get so fucking mad. They're like, oh, it's better than the crap that's on the radio, blah, blah. It's
you know who fucking loves them is Mike from Woburn.
Right.
And he hates Haim. His
definitely never listened to Haim because he's like, I like real rock, blah, blah. Like, Haim,
but you called Gergova and Flock a gimmick because they they fucking copy Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
He called Haim a gimmick because they used their family last name as the band name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I remember him saying it was
He
a
was
gimmick,
like,
and I was like,
he was like, that's the biggest gimmick going. You just fucking name your band to your last name, and I was like,
yeah,
what the hell are
Van
you
Halen,
talking
what a
about?
gimmick those guys were. They were a gimmick
I'm
for
pretty sure
much different.
that was your response to that
Oh,
tweet.
really?
Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah, Van Halen.
Man, Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
What a gimmick they were. They became one. I guess all these examples are. They're kind
You're
of
like
gimmicks
really,
for
you're really
different-
like chalking up Mike's
yeah.
point.
Oh yeah. Let me guess. Hanson's a gimmick too. So he was right, but he showed his work wrong.
Yeah.
But Haim's
Okay.
not a gimmick. Haim rules. I'm so excited to see them
Yeah. I'm always excited to see fucking Haim. When are they playing?
in May. It was actually great. So one of my spin instructors. So long story short, I missed spin class one day because there was no place to park and it sucked. So I just
Okay.
missed fucking class and I was really upset. So I went to that same instructor's class later in the week as like
Hey, I'm sorry. And I owe you.
Right. Yeah. And so the day before, she tweeted like, "Hey, are you ready to?" So a thing in spin class is wooing. So they'll say like,
It sounds terrible.
"How's everybody doing?" And people go, "Woo, woo."
Okay.
Like, woo.
Yep.
Sometimes you can just try stuff out there. How's everybody doing? Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry, I fell off my bike again. But I dropped my water bottle and now I'm all wet. Just things like that. Yeah, like you call it requests. But so she was like, "Hey, you ready to woo in spin class like you're at a Haim concert?"
Ooh.
And I was like, "You bet." And so then the next day, another spin instructor put Haim on the playlist.
Ooh.
She put what'd she play? She played "Little of Your Love." No, I Want You Back or "Want You Back." Yeah, "Little of Your Love." I would have lost my shit.
Yeah.
But so she played "Want You Back," and then after the song, she was like, "That one's for DJ. DJ, you excited for that concert?" And like, there's usually not a lot of talking in spin class,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "What?" She was like, "Is it tonight or is it tomorrow night?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's in May. That was a misunderstanding." And she was like, "Well, then why did I just play Haim?" And I was like, "They fucking rule." And it was
This is
like,
all mid spin.
right. It was like yeah.
That sounds like a bit from like a sitcom,
Right,
Where
like
it's
everybody
a
else
full
in the-
conversation in a full spin class where you're just yelling back and forth with the instructor.
But
about
honestly,
Haim.
I swear to you, everyone was okay with it because everyone was laughing and it was funny because and then we were like, "Hey, like, maybe we shouldn't be having a side conversation."
Yeah. Maybe we should get back to the spin.
Right, but it was awesome because I'm still going to see Haim, and I got fucking Haim played in spin class.
There you
I
go.
get really excited when that shit comes on.
I would too.
You got to start going to spin class, man.
Nah, man, I'm gonna do yoga.
Are you?
Yeah.
I've been saying I'm going to do yoga for like 6 years. So
Yeah.
what I need to do is say I'm not going to do yoga on this podcast.
Yeah, that's very
And then
true.
Within a year, I'll be a yoga
Yeah,
fiend.
oh yeah. I am moving out next month, so I got to change gyms, and my gym is very expensive.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm gonna be going to one that's $10 a month rather than $75 a month.
Wow.
So with that extra cash, I'm gonna become a yoga person.
Nice. So you're going to get you should get Class Pass or something.
What's that?
It's a thing where you have like 10 classes a month or 10 classes a month. You can go to different studios. So you go to yoga one day, you go to spin another day. It's good for if you want to find a place that you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might do that.
People do that. The only issue is there are some limits. So like honestly,
Sounds like a whole thing.
I would do Class Pass if I could just split it and do like 5 spin, 5 boxing, but there's typically like a 3 class limit per
so it
place.
makes you really like diversify.
Yeah.
Eh.
It's okay.
Not for me.